how long Casa del Xolo will have or how long we have in it. So, you know, I've been taking a little bit of a statement. I don't normally record these, but, you know, feels right. Feels right. I don't even know what that's aiming at. I hope it's good. Or I'm not sure if it's aiming at someone. I don't know. If you feel uncomfortable, just get up and move it. That's fine. That's all right. One could call this stalling. It's not stalling.
I've been training in the day-old matter. Softly spoken as the age of carnage. At the top of this hill lies the critical mass, where dark liturgies are swollen. I'll take destruction with a big old smile, wisely spoken from the north way. Your scenic views, Edenic trash, blurs the sex editing folded.
This takes place on Cheyenne land and on Ute land. A journalist meets a woman in a commune. It's an older woman, and they're talking. She enjoyed thinking about what to call things, about the names we lay upon things and the bridges of perception between these names and the things themselves. She liked to think about the smaller parts of words. Lately, she'd been thinking about a suffix, ness, and what happens when you add ness to a word. Likeness, hopefulness, how it brings you inside, said the woman. She was intrigued by what happened when you add ness to words with which it does not normally belong. Andness, she said. What does andness mean? The conjunction, the joining of things. Treeness, the journalist said, looking at the mother tree, a quality of being. The woman was an artist. She worked on paper. She had been studying traditional Chinese and Japanese poetry because she was interested in the way different paper takes water and ink. Silk paper, she had learned, had influenced the shape of certain letters. She thought about that. The flow of ink on silk in contrast to the chiseling of stone, the difficulty of drawing a curve in rock. She wondered if the shape of letters formed the shape of words. Do the words shape the ideas, she asked? A concern for linguists, but we had come by it in the wild or in the garden on the bridge over the stream. The world would carry on without this woman, but she worried about the letters with which she will do so. Sharp edges, hard corners, abstractions, the way we don't pay attention much to anything, the wordness of things. Unusual orbits. Rydberg atoms are a form of matter in which at least one of an atom's electrons is boosted into a larger orbit with a very high principal quantum number. The great distance between the electron and the atom's inner core produces curious effects. Some properties of Rydberg atoms mirror those of hydrogen, but the atom's loose grip on the outer electron means it is easily ionized and highly sensitive to electric and magnetic fields. Different views. Albert Einstein's famous theory of special relativity explains how observers in different frames of reference, for instance, moving at different speeds, can differ in their interpretation of events. The relational interpretation applies the same idea to the wave function. suggesting that it may simultaneously display different states of collapse or remain uncollapsed for different observers depending on their location, motion, and other properties. The quantum system and its observers are in fact described together by a combined wave function. Instant collapse. When a quantum system is measured, the wave function representing the superposition of states with probabilities assigned to different states stops evolving and is reduced to a single definite state. This process is known as wave function collapse. The evolution of the wave function is determined by the Schrödinger wave equation. At any specific point in time, wave function collapses. Leaves only one possible outcome. Tensegradic borders of rain. Bacterial war commercial machine is the birth of a river throughout time. Television, never unplugged and always playing, is simultaneous past and future, which makes present. Revolting, never film, as our bodies are held together by fear. Vomiting is the creation of a line. Nasal fluid from on the upper lip of the mouth, shouting at all new cold might, how immaculate the chalice who seeks to induct it in doom. This chalice, asymmetric, emits itself in its uses, is handheld, on hollow, a cube of bricks. From its core revolving, which is galaxies away, the molten heart of it, what gives us is what is and what is not, because it only gives what we can hold. The awanting nature of chalice. A did magisterial is the chosen stem to see or of host extinction robed, and to continue to believe in more as a priori a distraction, as if the reification of heaven of some beyond would make actions better and mean. I have drank this way, wanting more than I can hold, because the weirdness of the real was too much and I never found the outside, just the inside, and a layover hangover, an apartment that looked exploded. To see the niches of time before and after is a dungeon, unseen objects too big for mastery, give whole thoughts as the clade of non-being to rest and be magnanimous and vain and narcissist, revolving door compromise, compromise, revolving compromise, revoluting compromise, revolting door compromise, the churning cube chalice pours out itself and holds in itself. See also revolution, see also Louis Long doesn't want paper statements anymore. I was an immense finitude on the big wide open plain, as a somewhere now neutron star pulse is hounded mesh, when the frames of your cells are the frames of yourself for some reason. That's all right. It's hard to know when you went to applaud. That's fine. That's the end. Thank you. So, I don't know when you do it. All right, one last one. Good friend of mine, Chase Ferry, everybody.
Like, I didn't know when I was going to read, and every time somebody read it, I'm like, shit, it'll be hard to follow. So, good job, everybody. This is a really special unpoetry. So it feels like they all are today in particular. I hate titling poems. This is called Omnivore / Dilemma.